Today's training is about the magic trust link. Sounds pretty mysterious. What I want to do here is just talk about something that shops tell me all the time. So they tell me they're not getting enough response from ads. So they put ads out there, they're not getting the responses. And the problem is there's just not enough trust. So why this matters is if there's not enough trust, then trust is really the fuel that moves the entire application process forward. And you have to create that trust right away inside of the ad, or you don't get applications, you don't get callbacks, and you end up not getting, not filling open positions. So we're going to talk today about how you build trust very quickly by putting a simple link into your ads. So my goal today is that you're going to leave with a simple technique you can deploy, and it's going to help you to build rapid trust with technicians so you can get them to respond to your ads. So here is a quote that I received from a tech. I was talking to a diesel tech probably a couple of years ago, and he told me something that was really interesting, and it changed the way we started writing ads when I talked to this tech. And he said, all shops say the same things, and you never really know the truth till you show up for work. So that was something that really stood out for me, because it really took me inside the mindset of what a tech is thinking about when they look at your ads. And so when they're looking at your ads, what are they thinking about? Well, this is what they're thinking about. They're thinking, all right, this is BS. They are selling me a piece of the blue sky. You know, they're curious. Curiosity gets them to click. But when it comes right down to it, they're thinking, okay, well, where's the BS in this ad? What's going on here? So we need to diffuse that BS as quickly as possible so that the process can move forward. So the truth about trust is with trust, what we want to do is we want to be cognizant of the fact that it takes time to develop the trust. So think about any type of trusting relationship that you have, whether it be with a spouse or a good friend. I mean, these types of things just didn't happen right away. There was dating involved, you know, there was a courtship period with friends. Over time, small things happen. So trust is all about taking risks, and it's taking risks, small risks, and then larger risks. And if you talk about the trust overall, Simon Sinek has a really great perspective on trust and building trust. And he has it in his book called The Infinite Game. And he talks about how employers can build trust with their teams. And it's very interesting in that process, because everybody, when you're building trust, is taking a risk. So you're taking a risk. So a technician that's reading your ad is taking a risk. Basically, it's a time risk. Is this worth a good use of my time in reading this ad? Is it a good use of my time in actually reaching out and connecting with the shop? Is it actually a good use of my time in applying and actually speaking with them further? So there's risk that's involved, but the risk is on both sides. So the risk is on the side of the technician. The risk is also on your side, because you're wasting your time if they're not qualified. You're wasting your time if they don't show up, you know, after they've made a promise to you. So there's a lot of things that happen in order to build that trusting relationship. So in business, we have lots of ways to measure performance, but very few ways to measure trustworthiness. So how do we do that? How do we do that quickly inside of an ad? Well, we do it with the concept of online reviews. So everybody understands how important online reviews are, but I just want to really focus on the specifics. 95% of shoppers read the reviews posted online before making a purchase. 97% of consumers check online, with the typo and everything, online reviews before buying a product to get additional insight. And 84% of people trust online reviews as much as a recommendation from a friend. So you can already see where this is going. Online reviews are a way that you can build trust very quickly. It sort of shortcuts the trust building process, because what you're doing is you're leveraging the trust that's already been built by a third party. So it's very, very powerful. And you can use this in your ads. So here's an example of a campaign that we just took live this week. And I took a quick screenshot of this, of the link. So what we do is we place a link to the reviews. So this is borrowing that third-party credibility. So if a shop has a lot of really good reviews, you can leverage that credibility. And that's one of the things that technicians have told me a lot when I've talked with technicians, is they've told me, you know, what I am worried about is I'm worried about going to, work in a shop and I don't know what I'm getting. But the other thing is they get tired of the shop where they are, that it's just grinding out people. So they're grinding out people. They're not treating employees the way they should, but they're also not treating customers the same way. And I have several clients who told me, the reason why I started my own shop was because I got sick of seeing what they were trying to make me do when I was working for another business. So all kinds of shady, nefarious things. And I'm sure all of you know the type of things that go on. But they said, you know what? I was sick of that. I wanted to work with a company that put the customer first. I wanted to work for a company where I could be, actually proud of what I was doing and the work that I was doing. So what better way to show that than to link to your good reviews? And I want to show you the way to do this that is the most effective that we've found. And the way to do that is to set up a special link. And it's free, doesn't cost anything. And I'm going to show you how to do it. But this link can actually show you how many people clicked over to look at your reviews. Because here's the truth about this whole thing. The truth is, before anybody applies for a position at your business, they're going to check you out. We know this. They're going to take a look at your website. They're going to Google you. They're going to look at your reviews. They may look at Yelp. They may look at Facebook. They're going to look at a bunch of different things before they even decide whether they're going to select you or not. So if that's the case, I talk about a lot in other trainings that I've done. I talk a lot about removing the friction. So you want to remove the friction from applications. One of the ways that you can remove the friction is, if you know that they're going to check you out anyway, why don't you just put your reviews, a link to your reviews in the ad? And we know that people click them because we can track it. So this one, this is an hour after we started the campaign. I just went in and took a quick look, and 9 people had clicked on the link already. So 9 technicians had clicked on that link to go check out the reviews for this business that we were advertising for. So we know that they checked them out. Why not give them a link directly to the most trusted review source for your shop? So let me show you how this works. I'm going to give you a demo of a website. Can everybody still see my screen?
Yeah.
Great. So this is a website. It's app.bitly.com. You can also get there from bit.ly. And what you do is, it's a link shortening app. It does several things, but it does link shortening as well. So why is this important? This is important because if you want to grab your reviews, look at this. This is just a random company. They're not a client. They're just a random company. These are their Google reviews. So they've got 40 reviews. They've got a 4.7 star average. So, that's respectable. They could get more reviews, but the star rating is respectable. So what if we want to send people here? If we want to send people here, we'll copy that link, but the link is just ridiculous. That's the link. So you wouldn't want to put that big gnarly link in your ad. So what you want to do is you want to shorten the link, and this website can help you shorten that link. And then when you go in here, you just go right to the website, you put it in here, you create it, and then you go down here. And then once you create, you can go in and you can customize the back half. So what you can say there is, you can say, your company or your business reviews. And we do it in camel case. Basically, camel case is when you run everything together, you capitalize the first letter of each word, but you run everything together. It makes it easier to read. So you can see that how we've done this. So it's your business, reviews. And now what happens is you save it. A link has been edited. You can copy the link and you can paste the link anywhere. So now instead of that big gnarly Google URL, it says bit.ly/your business reviews. Does that make sense? Pretty simple. Okay. So once you've done that, you can post it anywhere. And then you can also come over here and you can view how many times people have clicked on those links. So thanks, John. Yep. So this is how we do it. You can track how many people have clicked on your links. And then you can see that people are actually finding your reviews. Any questions on how to do this? It's very simple. So you can do this with any website. So if you have what I always recommend is that you go to where the most reviews you have are. So if you've got 100 reviews and a nice 5-star rating on Google, use that link. If you've got a bunch of reviews on Yelp, use that link. Typically, Yelp is better for automotive repair than it is for diesel repair. Diesel repair, your customers really aren't finding you on Yelp. But for auto repair, it's a very viable source of reviews, and it's very credible. And I'm going to do an entire training on Yelp because it is pretty important. But you can have links directly to your Yelp reviews, links directly to your Google reviews, links directly to your Facebook reviews, links to Bird Eye or any other review source. You can even have links to your website. If you've got a specific page on your website that is just dedicated to reviews, that's even the best way to do it. You just put the link to your website and then they can go right in there from your reviews. All right, I am going to resume the presentation here.
Yeah.
So this is what it looks like inside of an ad. So we'll actually put a section inside the ad. Here's how we treat our customers. And this particular shop had over 720 reviews. Very, very impressive. We just grabbed a link to their website, popped it right in the ad because it wasn't a big, ugly link. It was just a nice, simple link, and it went to their website. And here's instant credibility. So here's how you apply the tactic. So you locate the site with your highest amount and quality of reviews. As I mentioned before, Google, Facebook, Yelp, your website, etc., wherever the highest quantity and quality of reviews are. If the link isn't ugly, you simply use that link in your ad. If the link is ugly, if it's really long and ugly, then what you do is you go to bit.ly and you paste it in and create a new link. And I just wanted to let everybody know that all the trainings are going to be in one place. So you can, if you aren't in our Facebook group, you definitely want to join the Facebook group at Technician Find. It's a private Facebook group. We're going to drop all of the videos in there. We also have them on YouTube. And then we have one-pagers so that you can get the one page of the strategy. Okay, any questions? This is a simple one, easy to implement.
That sounds really good, Chris. I have no clue how to do those sorts of things, but that looks like maybe something I could handle.
It's pretty simple. Yeah, it'll take you just a few seconds, and it's actually pretty cool to watch people click on it because you can see people clicking on it and how many people clicked and where they clicked from. So very simple.
Now, would you say where they clicked from? Will that give like their email address or something, or?
No, it doesn't get that granular. It's actually geographically where they clicked from. So
Okay.
And it's not going to tell you, it's not going to tell you their address or anything, but it'll tell you where they the general location where they clicked.
Okay. It's not something that you could contact them with that or anything like that.
No, you wouldn't be able to reach out. You wouldn't be able to reverse it. But it's just one of the things that happens is when you put out an ad and you don't get any applications, you almost wonder sometimes, are people even seeing the ad? So
Yeah.
that is, one of the ways that we double check just to make sure that everything's working inside the ad. The other way that we double check everything is we look at the metrics. So if you have an ad on Facebook, you can see how many people are viewing. You can see how many impressions are out there and how many people are viewing. And then you want to be comparing the number of people that viewed to the number of people that clicked. On Indeed, you can see the same thing. You can see the number of views for your job on Indeed. You can compare that to the number of applications. And that's what we always do. We like to make sure we've got a set ratio that we like to see of people that have viewed the job versus the people that have applied. So you can see that, eyeballs are getting onto your ad, but a lot of times you don't know, if people are seeing it, but they're not clicking, how do you troubleshoot that? And that's why I wanted to talk about trust, is borrow the third-party trust and credibility of your customers and put that into your ads.
I like it.
All right. Any other questions? All right. Well, if anything comes up, I think all of you know how to get a hold of me. Here is my contact information. And thanks for joining us today. This is a short one, just a quick strategy. And again, we'll post everything in the Facebook group. Have a good
Thank you,
afternoon,
Chris.
everyone. Take care.
You
Bye-bye.
too.